All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely, let's do this.
Today, we're tackling some iconic rock lyrics. Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2.
A song that's become synonymous with rebellion, especially against rigid education systems.
I mean, it's been decades since it came out, and those lyrics still hit hard. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's because the song taps into this universal feeling of being stifled, controlled, like just another cog in the machine, and that resonates with people no matter what generation they're from.
It's that feeling of being stuck, right? Like, the song starts with this kid who's lost his dad, feels lost in the system, and bam, he's just another brick in the wall.
Exactly. And that wall, it's not just a physical wall, right? It's a metaphor for all the systems and institutions that try to box us in to make us conform.
And in the context of the song, that wall represents.
The education system, especially back then, the late 70s, standardized testing, rote memorization, there wasn't much room for individual expression, for creativity.
And that's where that explosive chorus comes in. We don't need no education, no thought control.
Yeah.
It's practically a battle cry for anyone who's ever felt trapped by the system.
Right. It's this raw, visceral rejection of being told what to think, how to think. Pink Floyd weren't saying education is bad, but they were definitely criticizing a certain kind of education, one that focused on control and conformity.
And you can feel that frustration in the lyrics, especially in lines like dark sarcasm in the classroom.
Oh, man, that one gets me every time. Because it brings back those memories of teachers using sarcasm as a weapon, making students feel small, you know?
Yeah, instead of inspiring and nurturing a love of learning, it was all about maintaining order, keeping everyone in line. And those lines from the teachers in the song, wrong, do it again, and no pudding if you don't eat your meat, that's not exactly encouraging, is it?
It's almost comical how over the top those lines are, but that's part of the point, I think. Pink Floyd were using satire to highlight the absurdity of a system that prioritized blind obedience over critical thinking.
And sadly, that's still something we see today. I mean, the education system has evolved, sure, but those pressures to conform, to fit in, they're still there.
Definitely. It's like this constant battle between conformity and individuality. Do we try to fit ourselves into the mold, or do we break free and forge our own path?
And I think that's what makes Another Brick in the Wall so timeless. It's not just about education. It's about that universal struggle, that fight against being just another brick in the wall.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that we should never be afraid to question authority, to think for ourselves, to embrace our individuality.
So, to everyone listening, what walls are you facing in your life? And how are you pushing back against them?
Those are questions worth pondering.
Keep those brain cells firing, and we'll see you on our next deep dive.